And welcome back to the IWAR Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Juan, Cena, and with me, as always, is Matt Riley. How you doing tonight, Matt?
Wide awake.
Yes, as always.
3:30 a.m., baby.
So this episode is the November cycle in review. A couple announcements right off the bat. Housekeeping, so to speak. In terms of the IWAR Network Facebook page, I want everyone to understand that I'm going to do some maintenance on the page in the next 7 days or so. That's important information because under no circumstances do I want people who have multiple Facebook profiles to have multiple profiles on the page. It accurately inflates our number of members, and I don't like it. So if you have more than one Facebook account and you're in the group, please delete them sooner rather than later. I will be going in and I'll be looking for those. So if you have multiple accounts and I find out you have multiple accounts, not only will the extra accounts be tossed from the group, you will be tossed from the group as well. This is a new rule. I'm getting it everyone 7 days, 1 week. Today is 7 days from when this gets uploaded. So you have 7 days from there. I think that's plenty of time for people to clean up their stuff. And if you have multiple accounts up there, please get rid of them. I won't say any names. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I don't really care. I just don't want to have multiple accounts. So this is a new rule. This will be starting 7 days from when this show gets uploaded. In addition, I have a very special announcement. As people know, that I am currently the IWL and NWL commissioner. Matt's the BRL commissioner and the IWL commissioner in total. I've been in the NWL for 4 years at this point.
God damn.
Yeah, it's been a long time, right? So for me, it was always very important to me, and one of the reasons I stayed and I became commissioner was to help the next generation of players fulfill their potential, be productive players moving forward, keeping them interested in the game. That's what Matt and Bob did for me. They kept me interested in the game. They helped me out a lot on the way, and I felt the need to pay that back. So over the last 4 years, it's been 5 generations of graduates. I hope over that time that I've helped a lot of players. I hope I did. I hope I made the game enjoyable for those players. I hope I made their experience a pleasant one. But for me, on top of that, it wasn't just preparing the next generation of managers for the veteran leagues. It was also preparing the next generation of commissioners. Would it be Scott Anderson over in the UNL? Be Justin Mick? It was really kind of trying to do my best to help out those commissioners. So, as of the season beatings pay-per-view, that'll be cycle 108 for the NWL, I will hand over officially the commissioner duties to Jake Joyce. Jake Joyce will be your new commissioner for the NWL. He's been working with me for, I would say, the last, been a long time, 8 months, 10 months, as lieutenant commissioner, co-commissioner, doing a lot of work over there since I took over the IWL. And it is now his time. As of cycle 108, after the season's beatings pay-per-view, I will be officially handing that over to Jake. So congratulations, Jake. I know he'll do a fantastic job. If you want to already start asking him questions regarding NWO, we can start that as of right this second. I will always be lurking in the shadows, much like Matt's always been lurking in the shadows, and keeping my eye on the NWL. And if we get any hiccups or anything, I'll be there to lend my support. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, from all the players that played in the NWL for over the last 4 years, I just want to say thank you. It's been great. And now I'm going to focus all my attention to the IWL. That's that.
My God.
Yeah, bombshell.
When news breaks.
Yeah. So let's start off with the Battle Royal League number 506. We had League Champ Misfit Messiah, TV Champion Ghostly Shadows, Atlantic Champion Shadow Warrior, Central Champion Benny Bliss. Dixie Champion Vincenzo Salvage. Eastern Champion Rick Challenger. Mountain Champion Etam Sloof. Northern Champion Street Disciple. Pacific Champion Captain Grizzled Hatback. Prairie Champion Kanye West. Southern Champion Prince Tun. Western Champion Van Death Valen. Tag Team Champions Prince Tun and Shocker Jimmy Electric. TV Tag Team Champion Craven Cross and Van Death Valen. Six-Man Champions Grand Sabrosa, Prince Tun, and Jimmy Electric. And TV Six-Man Champions Rick Riley, Rick Challenger, and Frank Leatherman Snow. Combined age 160.
Pretty much.
Jesus fucking Christ. So, Matt, what's going down in the BRL?
Well, we just came off Autumn Anarchy not too long ago. We're rolling towards Battlecade. And as you said, there is 2 cycles left. And Battlecade is generally the year-end show held at holiday cycles. So what we will most likely be doing is listing, just so people players know, instead of trying to recruit matches that just came along fast and we thought, we will post some matches that we think the players will enjoy. So consider it's kind of like, being a booker. So you'll see that is posted in this coming issue of the IWAR. And I think you guys will get a kick out of it. Some players have reached out to me about things they're looking to see. So we'll see how that goes. So the matches will be coming this cycle. I'll take care of them. Don't worry about that. So yeah, one interesting note. I didn't realize this last cycle, but for the first time in BRL history, a wrestler has achieved something no one else has. Fatty the Butcher has won every single regional belt in the BRL. So that was kind of fun. I didn't realize that. I kept track of these things because I'm a nerd.
We know.
Yes. Rick Riley was sitting there with 9 for a long time. So was Dick Jackson. Frank Snow has had 8 forever. But what I've noticed is a lot of the guys with the huge records, like Sir Gunter, Leatherman, Hannibal. Well, Hannibal was only there for a short time, per se. But they don't challenge all the regional champions, so they automatically get a title shot. So they just kind of sit back and fight one regional champion, maybe if that. So that's what slowed them down. But Fatty the Butcher, the first 1 to 10. So interesting side note. Yeah, another $50 credit prize. So
nice.
You may have noticed last cycle, the IWAR had a page for the women's section, sort of a Mark Kayfabe page towards the women's wrestlers. Well, that's going to be back in a couple of cycles. This cycle coming up, we will have a Mark Kayfabe page, and then it'll rotate to another one. So that's going to keep revolving that page. So if you don't see it every cycle, that's what's going on. So just people, before you send me an email, that's what's going on with that. So BRL-wise, there's a lot of action going on. I don't want to go through all of it because it's so loaded. But I do want to thank the players that have been chiming in and really raising the TT level up. I know with the draft, we have some more players coming in, so we can expect to see more. I'm looking forward to Strictly Business in there. We have a lot of new players coming in, and supposedly more on the way. We'll see. But just like the NWL, where we get new players coming every single cycle just about, but how many stick around? BRL has a way of beating down world beaters. Tough league. And I tell players all the time, like, don't take it personally if you go months without a belt, because it can be very tough to do. Stick around, you'll see it's a fun league.
All right, fantastic. Luther's looking for someone to feud with in the BRL. Just putting that out there. Next up is the IWL. Cycle number 78. League champion Dr. Slam. Television champion Koenig. New York City champion Tim Briggins III. Los Angeles champion The Dragon in Thierry. Boston champion Fortune 500 Aaron McFleece. Detroit champion Axel von Schnapp. Cleveland champion Black De Niro. Dallas champion Butchie the Giant in his debut cycle. Memphis champion Magnum TL. Miami champion John Slaughter. San Francisco champion Dakar Woloff. Chicago champion Senor Lucha. Tag team champions Axel von Schnapp and Alex von Schnapp. TV tag team champions Brad Ramirez and Roberto Canseco. Apparently the Italian Stallions, but I'm pretty sure Ramirez is not Italian. And I'm not sure about Canseco either. I'm pretty sure that's Cuban. That's okay. It's all good. Six-man champion Axel von Schnapp, Alex von Schnapp, and Victor von Schnapp. TV six-man champion Eric McFleece, Strictly Business, and Taking Care of Business. So in terms of the IWL, we're coming off Brawl at the Big House. We are entering a Night of Honor pay-per-view. So Again, if you haven't gotten write-ups to me as of today, please get it to me as soon as possible. Lots of great matches. Again, this is live from the Nassau Coliseum. I just want to keep that in mind. Much like Matt, we're not going to go through all the TT for the cycle because there was quite a bit. Everyone did a fantastic job overall. And I'm very happy about the direction that the IWL is going. I have some big plans for the first quarter of next year, so keep your eyes peeled for that. We did have the War Games, which was the IWL IWAR wide pay-per-view, and Bad Dreams, Mark Duchesne's team, won that, and the prize attached to that. So congratulations there. We came in second. So Blood Money came in second. Blood Money came in second in that. So, but overall, a really good cycle in terms of TT. Really good job setting up the pay-per-view matches that's upcoming. And again, our next pay-per-view will be Starrcade 17, the $1 Million Challenge. Still I have not heard back from the IWA regarding the $1 Million prize. We'll see if we can work that out. It might be like the $10,000 challenge, but we'll see how it goes. So, Matt, what are your thoughts on the IWL, the cycle?
Oh, it's fun. As always, it's fun.
Shout out to Dr. Slam for winning the league, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks a lot, jerk. I'm not bitter. No shout out for the Von Snaps. That's fine, Snob. Whatever. No, good to see Koenig with a TV title. I like to see Koenig with a big belt. I am curious to see some of these stars in a new environment.
Bi-curious.
Yeah, sicko. There's just a lot going on. I mean, I'm holding the trash talk here, and it's got to be 20-plus pages.
The bulletin itself is 56 pages.
Yeah.
And they didn't even print my commissioner's report either, so it would have been more.
Yeah. Oops. Who needs that?
Between that and the Imagimania that they didn't put my name in, I'm very upset.
Where did you finish?
I didn't, because I'm not even listed.
Wow. Well, maybe they did you a favor. Did you finish lower than the Martells?
Probably. I'm 145.
IWL wise, it is a fun league. It's going to be seeing some changes, and of course, Butch the Giant's arrival is going to shake things up. I'm looking forward to that whole angle there and see what happens with Tim Riggins 3. But, check out the bulletin online. You're going to enjoy yourself.
All right, next up is the CWL Bulletin number 208, Global Champion, which I believe they just changed the name.
Yes.
Barry Taken Knee Stevens, who retained.
That's right.
Who retained. He also won the Metro and Gold this cycle as well.
Yeah, that's his third cycle with that belt. So,
Jesus.
Yeah. Good for Barry.
On fire. Top guy. Network champion. I'm not sure which network. The Network, which is a good flick, by the way. Go check out that movie, The Network. It's a good movie. Clark Pierpont. United States champion, Atticus Poundover. Yukon champion, our good friend Daggerbomb. Caribbean champion, Spoiler 2000. Amazon Basin champion, Friendzone, Frederick Goodfellow. British Isle champion, Koenig. Arabian champion, the Tyrant, David Hammerhead. South African champion, Milton Snodgebuster. Siberian champion, Norman Spivey. East Asian champion, Fergus Brennan. Oceanic champion, Pokey McSnail. Tag team champions, Snodgebuster and McSnail. Don't they have a team name that's weird?
The Oddballs.
The Network Tag Team Champions, Garrett Shadowstar, David Hammerhead. The Global Six-Man Champions, Atticus Poundover and Death Warrant. Atticus Poundover, Death Warrant, and Solomon Graham. Network Six-Man Champions, Furious Dragon, Great White Dragon, and the Dragon Master. So, Matt, what's going down in the CWL?
Well, I will say there's a lot. This is a transition period right now. Those of you who listen to the IWAR draft special heard the recap. And after the draft, I think you're going to see a huge change in the CWL. It's been kind of, in a rut in a way. It's been kind of like, going along. I guess it's surging. It's going to be really good next year. I mean, there's going to be some really good players in the league. There's going to be a lot of good characters. So just give it a look. I think right now you have an interesting dynamic with Joe Boring, friend-zoned Frederick Goodfellow. I like those guys a lot. I'm enjoying the trash talk. There's a lot of interesting characters here, and like I said, there's going to be about, I think it's like 10 new dynamic personalities in the league. So you're going to see a lot of interesting takes in this league.
Yeah. So I know they lost Solace, they lost Rowdy and Rude as of late,
Yes.
but they acquired Jamie Montgomery, Luther Alexander, Ricky Kyle, Levon Schnapps are back. So
Dixie. Ticonderoga.
yes. So we'll see how that league progresses starting in January when a lot of those guys come over or earlier. We'll get into questions a little bit later, but excited to go there once again. I haven't been there in a while, so I'm excited to get down to business. Risky business, that is.
Yes.
All right. Next up is the NWL cycle number 105. League champion Riot, TV champion Veritas, Atlantic champion RJ Rage, Central champion Bombshell Warrior, Dixie champion The Nightmare Johnny Carnage, Eastern champion Dark Death Knight, Mountain champion Ricky Kyle, Northern champion Insomniac, Pacific champion Haphazard Chris Havoc, Prairie champion William Worthy, Southern champion Ozzy's Ghost, Western champion Gary Galaxy, Tag team champion Insomniac and Ozzy's Ghost, TV tag team champions Lockdown and Chris Hero, six-man champions Harambe, Dr. Aries, and Bullman, all inactive. So, gentlemen, do yourselves a favor. If you hold any belts, more importantly, the six-man belts, if you're not going to fight scrubs, well, you should. Do not challenge anyone who is inactive, especially if they're closer to the top of the active list. Like, everyone sees their bulletin, right? You'll see the last active wrestler. Do not challenge any wrestlers directly under that if you have a title, especially if you're in the NWL. Those are players who are inactive, and their strategies are, could be pretty high, especially if the drops come back around their way, which probably happened here. These are Dale's wrestlers, and Dale's been out of the game for a year. So just be careful, guys. TV six-man champions, a wrestler with no name, gentleman William Worthy, and Ricky Kyle. So again, we're not going to get too deep into TT here, but there's some notable standouts that I want to acknowledge here. I thought that Bruce Inferno and Gary Galaxy's trash talk were off the hook. I really do enjoy them. I also enjoy Soldat Petrov, although I don't think he's really Russian. I'm pretty sure he's from Minnesota. So I just want to keep that in mind. We had some good TT from the Insomniac, which I think this might be his first one that he's done in this style, which I really do enjoy. And then we have a setup for a feud between Riot and Chris Hero. So it's funny because Chris Hero took Riot's tag team championship, and then Riot went back and took the Rising Star championship. So they're 1-on-1 in terms of championships. So look forward to see where that goes moving forward. Riot had a hell of a cycle. Not only did he win League Rising Star, but he won the Bar Fight Championship all in the same cycle. So he is the MVP for this cycle in terms of the NWL. We're going to have a new challenger for the NWL National Championship next cycle. So I look forward to see that and who's going to come out of the original group of 8. We'll be down to 1 very shortly. So, don't forget that we still have the NWL Help Desk. That's mwlhelpdesk@gmail.com if you have any questions in terms of strategies, TT, artwork, and pictures. It's still available, although I haven't got any emails from there for a long time. So, this month's cover is the Reaper. This is Do You Fear the Reaper? I do. So, I just want to keep that in mind. So, I do fear the Reaper. So, Matt, what are your thoughts on the NWL this cycle?
As always, it's we've been talking about a bounce back now. What's curious is right now we have a bunch of guys about to graduate in the next 3 to 4 cycles. So we'll see some movement. But again, as always, it's the next class, and it looks like we have some really good, strong guys coming in. So they're starting to get together. And again, NWL wise, give yourself time to establish your character. Let us know who they are, because the better you do it here, when you go to a new league, you'll be able to bring that energy with you. And we're looking for the talent to jump out of this. So, yeah, show us what you got.
So, I'm disappointed that we lost the Wild Side. They're active, but they're not TTing anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed about that. But we'll see how that goes moving forward. Maybe they'll bounce back, or they'll get motivated once again. So,
Yes.
Bombshell Warrior was the winner of this cycle's Battle Royal, and he's probably due to graduate soon as well.
Yeah.
It's not that Bombshell Warrior. It's a new Bombshell Warrior.
I think it's the fourth one. Between that and the Scorpion, the Terminator.
We got a lot of Russians in right now, too. But they went inactive. And if you manage any of the Mortels, if you manage the following wrestlers, Sherry Mortel, Rick DeMarto Martel, Michael Mortel, or Karen, please reach out to me. You need help, and I will help you.
Yes.
I love Judo Man, by the way, too. Shout out Judo Man and the wrestler with no name. So just want to shout out those guys. Those guys are awesome. All right, Matt, what's going on IWAR wide?
Well, IWAR wide, a few things. Kind of butting the NWL topic. There was a post recently on the IWAR homepage by a league called the DXL trying to drum up business, which is fine. But we've said many times, if you want to do business with the NWL, just reach out. We're happy to work with people, but talk to us. Don't just willy-nilly send something in. So there's two problems right now. One is that they didn't say a word to us, but two, they put this note saying, well, transfers from the NWL to the DXL are free. Well, here's the thing. Anybody in the NWL, each of you who are in the NWL right now, when you leave, you transfer anywhere in the game for free that allows wrestlers to transfer in. So that's kind of an empty offer. It's like saying, free shopping cart when you walk in the door. It's like, of course I'm getting a shopping cart when I go in the store. That's what they have there. Yeah, so remember, when you transfer out, you transfer, and you don't have to wait the whole 17 cycles. We encourage you to do that, to learn the game the best you can, get things going, because most players have told us once they've left, they've missed the NWL. But that's good. That's what we want. But just for future reference, please reach out to Jake, Juan, Cena.
Here's the thing. I've asked the IWA on numerous occasions, and they agree with me that any kind of, would it be advertisements or guys, plug in their leagues, would it be in the bulletin or anywhere else, and it has to do with the NWL, please contact me so I can make sure stuff like this doesn't happen. It's just quality control, right? So if the commissioner of the XL is like, hey, I'm going to offer free transfers from anyone in the NWL, I could explain to them, like, no, they already get free transfers.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. So they're not embarrassed. They don't look foolish. I don't have to explain to our guys who might get confused by that statement. And like, well, I thought transfers were free, and I don't get bombarded with emails and messages about like, hey, what's going on with this?
Right.
So if you're a commissioner of another league and if you want to advertise in the NWL, please let us know. I'm just looking for stuff like that. I don't really care what you pitch, but if you're going to plug stuff or you're going to give away prizes, make sure that's something that's feasible, because that's what I'm looking for too. I don't like empty promises. I don't like that kind of stuff. So I don't want them. They'll go to you pitch a league, you go to the league, and you don't come through what you say you're going to come through. There's a good possibility that they'll leave the game for good. Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big thing that, you got to be able to deliver. People notice that when it doesn't happen. Yeah. So, in other news, again, the draft, really recap real quickly. We have a special episode just covering the draft, so check it out. But that's going to really boost activity and action in the leagues that are going next couple of cycles. There was a question about transferring in now or waiting until January. You can do what you like. Because you can see the bulletins online, you can get an idea of who's who, what the wrestler number IDs are, and all that stuff. So if you want to wait till January, you're welcome to do so. If you want to transfer in now, you can do that too. So it's up to you, really. So
you don't get any advantage by coming in early, because the contest will not start till January.
Right. Other things going on. Bound for Glory is now down to 4 wrestlers. So the 5th Bound for Glory semifinals, actually the quarterfinals, we saw Kennedy Cage upset Steve Stryker.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Kennedy Cage is a wrestler. They use the NXT name generator for Kennedy Cage, actually the entire Chaotic, so I just want to point that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Koenig defeated Garrett Shadowstar. TJ Relic lost to Nightmare Sam Hell. And Furious Dragon defeated Drunken Camper. So our semifinal matches, Kennedy Cage takes on Koenig, and Furious Dragon faces Nightmare Sam Howell. So
I once gave a girl a Furious Dragon in the bathroom of
oh
my high school
oh boy, that's
last week.
That's unfortunate. Tag Team Derby, the 10th Tag Team Derby. We saw Bad Company defeat Black Wrestlers Matter. We saw Liam Larrikin and Felix Benaventura defeat Black Dinero and Derek Wolof. We saw Erica Rockwell and Liberty Monroe defeat Ghostly Shadows and Saskatchewan Sasquatch. The Von Schnapps defeat Jake Scarlett and Alexei Smirnov. We saw Adam Cole and Cole Adams defeat Bobby Bedlam and Benny Blitz. The Railroad Warriors lost to Sam Hell and Lord of Illusions. Sledge and Hammer defeated Kennedy Cage and Graham Underwood. And Piper and Ulysses Monroe defeated Tony Diamond and Nikki Rock. So that's setting up our quarterfinals. So again, Tag Team Derby is rolling. And just to make sure people don't forget, open this up. The Triple D Cup 6-man tournament is rolling along. We opened it up, and the results of the first round, exciting. My computer's extra slow today. It's good.
It's slow every day.
It's slow every day, yeah. Thanks Acer, or whoever the hell makes this computer. The Von Schnapps defeated...
You should defrag it.
Sure. Cole Adams, Just Insane. The Road Warriors and Koenig, Liam Larrikin, and Felix Ventura battled to a double countout. The Drunks lost to Vincent Payne and the Endgame Brothers. Punk Rock Mike, Agent 26, and Bitter Cold Becky defeated Ghostly Shadows, Saskatchewan Sasquatch, and Alligator. Blank and the Big Blanks lost to Solomon Graham, Jacob Taylor, and Attic McCoy. Luther Alexander and the Molsons defeated Sir Gunter Kindewalk, Steve Stryker, and Nightmare Sam Howell.
That's an upset, by the way.
Blood money right there.
Yeah.
Jake Scarlett, Alexei Smirnov, and El Dragon de Oro defeated Jane Red and the Fox Brothers. And the Monroe Brothers defeated Pastor Payne, Hiroki Fuji, and Achilles Leo. So congrats to those moving on in the tournament.
What's the prize for that?
Shot at the IWAR 6-man championship.
Okay. Held by?
The Von Schnapps.
Oh, losers.
So if they end up getting to the finals, they will just defend against whoever they're in the finals with.
Okay.
Oh, let's see, what's next? Okay, you will notice now on the back page of the IWAR magazine, we have a frequently asked questions section. And this came about because we kept getting emails on the same things.
We're getting frequently asked questions.
Yeah, I mean, we had to post the other day on Facebook. I think one player came on and was like, what leagues are in the IWAR league? And not like an hour and a half or 2 hours later, somebody posted the exact same questions. So the frequently asked questions are kind of geared towards simple things people ask a lot. How to become a commissioner? How do you get wrestled on the cover of the Ringside magazine? Who can challenge for the titles? How do I challenge for the World Championship? How do I get on the IWAR Tubecast? Other things like that. We don't mind questions, but I always feel like if we have them there written out for you, just take a look and save yourself some time. A lot of the information is right in the IWAR magazine. We put a lot of stuff in there.
Some guys forget because a lot of those questions get answered in the welcome packet for the NWL. But if you haven't been in the NWL for a while, or you're a player coming from elsewhere, you may not know the answers to those questions.
Right.
Because you weren't properly trained in the NWL.
Yeah, and there's just things to keep in mind. Other things going on. The annual awards will be coming up soon, so voting will be announced as far as the SurveyMonkey website we use.
Are we taking suggestions for like match of the year, feud of the year, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. What we'll do is you'll be able to put in previous years we kind of outlined things, but this year we're doing a kind of a free flow approach and ask people that list like their 2 or 3, list 3 options, that we can enter a few different options, and then we'll kind of compile the results. People have asked often, how do I get to be on the IWAR hated and popular rankings? And they'll say, well, I do a lot of TT. Why don't I have myself? Why is my wrestler getting more attention? There's an easy answer for that. One is we don't pick outright who's the most popular and most hated. Like Luther Alexander, for example, is on the most hated list because out of, I think, 10 votes, he was mentioned 8 times and at the top of the list. So we kind of said, okay, he's getting a lot of mentions. He's got the heat. He goes up the list. Now, another wrestler who's mentioned once, obviously out of 12, 15 ballots isn't going to get as much attention. So the idea is to get yourself noted. And some people will say, well, how do I do that? Well, it's not just a matter of visibility, it's quality of work. I mean, Adam Cash has a thing in the IWAR every month, and he's not the most hated wrestler in the game.
And it's funny because we have 115 members. They get only 15 responses. There's piss poor.
Oh, it is. It is. We sit there and lament about it and go, I don't know what the hell to do. Like, and the thing is funny, people bitch about it. It's like, well, did you vote? Well, no. Well, that's the problem. So
you can vote for yourself. It's okay.
Yeah, and another thing too, there are certain players that don't use Facebook but do listen to the podcast or other things. You can email us. So I'm going to set this up over the weekend. I got a busy weekend of doing stuff. We'd like you to chime in and get involved. And we're also going to try to do is, what you usually do is the first question we ask is who you are, what leagues you're in, so we kind of get an idea of who's voting. We might actually give a random prize away to one of the people who vote. Details to be coming later. But the idea is we need your feedback, your input to build these awards with the right way. So we will have a special awards preview issue in December, holiday issue. So you'll see sort of last year's winners and things and be able to vote on that. So expect the voting to emerge in the holiday issue. So it'll be a short window too, so don't lollygag. We're going to have a contest coming up next month as well. We're going to let players name a scrub, so you can enter your name for your scrub idea.
I already have mine. Mine's going to be Harley Racist.
Okay. There's a contender.
No one steal my name.
No, don't steal your name. Other things in the works for next year, some previews. There will be a super special issue. 100's coming up. We're only about 4 cycles away from the 100th IWAR magazine. So there'll be a super duper special issue of some sort. Not as big as the BRL 500th, so don't worry.
I don't think nothing will ever be that big ever again. Maybe we can do BRL 1000.
Oh my God. Good Lord.
Oh, my other wrestler name would be the HIV Kid, by the way. So that's awesome. HIV. That'd be awesome.
No, yes, it's shameful. So there's some other stuff we're working on as well for next year. So under wraps for now. But again, the best thing you can do to get involved is just to network, talk to people, and don't have multiple profiles on the page.
Yeah.
Imagine Mania went down, and if you weren't aware of this, this was a annual event IWAR runs every year, except this year they did a little twist to it where the $3 fee to join in helped raise money for Autism Society of America. And the other change to it was there were wrestlers that were actually kind of being given as prizes. So they were the Maniac Randy Blaze, Hell Warrior, and the Unholy. These were donated by Jerry Anderson, and it's really nice of him to do that and as kind of a bonus prize to this. So the winner overall was the Mountain Sir Gregor Clegane. If you know what Game of Thrones is like, it's kind of appropriate. And then Sandor Clegane was in second place. So the Clegane brothers by Anthony Fazio came in first.
Congratulations.
So enjoy those wrestlers. I think they're the same stable, so it's probably just like, here you go, here's my guy. Third place was Jason Freimer with Michael Myers from the LNL.
Nice.
And Jason Freimer also runs Ghostly Shadows, Saskatchewan Sasquatch, and El Barbero, 3 of my favorite wrestlers. Mark Moment. The fourth place wrestler was Bitter Cold Becky out of the BRL, run by Punk Rock Mike, also of Massachusetts, so hey, neighbor. Coming in fifth place was Senor Lucha, run by me.
Murderer.
Hey, how about that? Huh?
Murderer.
Hashtag heel Lucha.
Do you know I have all these cool Dr. Wagner pictures? Like when we unmask him, because he's going to lose to Black Demon Jr. at Starrcade. But like him doing like ridiculous shit, like in a fur coat with like Chihuahua and stuff, it's going to be awesome.
He's going to lose his mind. Other notable IWAR players who made appearances include Jordan Drake, with Jordan Drake out of the NWL finishing 12th. We had, give me time here, some really good names too. Big Daddy Chase Super Balls. Okie dokie. Eloy LaCroix by Jake Joyce out of the IWL came in 26. Patrick O'Malley, managed by Curtis Roberts. So Curtis Roberts, we actually, if you're watching this, listening to this, email us. You're one of those mysterious players who's been around for a long time. You're part of the Suburban Hell Savages. Drop us a line. We want to get you more involved, dude. Join the Facebook page. Money Driven Mike Sebastian, run by Dwayne Salmons of Georgia, came in 32nd. See Atticus Poundover by Luke Crawford of Maine, out of the CWL. Fester from the BRL came in 42nd. That's a nasty name. Hot Stuff Adam Cash, run by me, came in 47th. Lockdown out of the NWL came in 48th, run by Gerald Horton. As I push buttons on my computer that make noise. RJ Rage by Richard King came in 54th. Alligator, Jason Farmer, 55th. Agent 26, 57th, run by Michael Patialula. I butchered that name. How would you say that?
I don't know.
Nice.
Because I'm ethnic, I can say Italian names.
Patialula. Hey, close enough. Big Blank number 1 came in 59th.
Yeah, David Lewis, who runs Guy Flash at 133.
Oh, all right.
Friend of the show, Donald Henry at 134. He probably has a couple more guys in there.
A close personal friend. Still my favorite Jim Cornette lines ever.
You got Frank Buckle at 140, 142, 143 with the Martel family. Dude, like, you got to talk to me.
Yeah, Frank, drop us a line. We'll be happy to help you get your strats in gear. So, congratulations to all the people that placed and won.
Oh, David Truesdale also with the blanks.
Yes, also placing very well. And, this contest, we won't give anything away, but next year we have an idea for a...
Yeah, we're going to steal this idea for next year. Because we do something like that.
Good. Oh, yeah, we talked about it already. Never mind. I was going to mention Barry Stevens, Metro win.
Stop putting yourself over, dude.
I know. Woo! About damn time. I thought I had a chance at the world title for all about 10 seconds.
27 years. We had, another 26 to go?
2014, so yeah, it's
23 years to go. There you go.
Oof. Brutal. Maybe I'll just flood like a bad league in the Jade Fed.
You're still not going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
No, not happening.
So that's the big stuff right there.
Yeah, again, if you owe me write-ups for Night of Honor, please get them to me soon. Please. I'm begging you, please. Do we do that? Awesome.
Please.
Also, guys, I am creating top-style trading cards for all the active members, all the active wrestlers of the IWAR. We're starting with the IWL. I'm about 3/4 of the way finished with the IWL. These things do take time. So if I haven't gotten to your wrestler yet, I will, because I'm doing everyone. So just keep that in mind if you're active. Also, if there's a particular picture you would like me to use, send it over to me, and I will try to use it. Sometimes I get pictures that I cannot use, and I have to find pictures. So just keep that in mind. In addition, if I don't hear from you, or I don't know what your wrestler looks like, I'm going to make them up.
Yep.
Yeah. So see Achilles Leos. We'll probably get pictures just like that. All right, guys. Sorry for the abbreviated show for this cycle, but for Christ's sakes, we did a draft show too. Cut us some slack. Yeah. Give us a break, and that was also for 13 in the morning. So just keep that in mind. So we'll see you next cycle. So for Matt Riley, I'm Juan Cena. Have a good night.